Hey everyone, it's Liddy here on Native Plant PNW, and I want to talk about a plant that is completely edible from flower to root. It grows all over North America, not just here in the Pacific Northwest, and is an evergreen perennial. And what am I talking about? But none other than the nodding onion. This may not look like much, but this is a fully edible plant that you can enjoy year-round from USDA zones 3 through 10, which I know I don't normally talk about USDA zones, but this one is native essentially everywhere. Maybe not found as easily in the Midwest or in the Great Plains areas due to agriculture, but it is a native plant that you can add to your garden as an ornamental, as a food, as both. And I want to show you the differences between my two knotted onions that I have growing and why you may want to plant it in a certain area versus another. So as you can see, it doesn't really look like much. It does look like chives. It's kind of in the chive-like style of onions. The bulbs are pretty small, and everything, like I said, including the leaves and the flowers, are all edible, but it does prefer full sun. It can do wet to dry soil. It's drought tolerant. It stays green year round, and the way it blooms, instead of blooming straight up like most onion species that you may find in gardens, these nod downward, so it kind of curls back down and then the flowers bloom like this. Now this one is much thicker, fuller, happier, even though my little blooms look kind of limp and sad. Trust me, this one is happier, because when I show you the other one, you'll see what I mean. This is my other nodding onion, and as you can tell, it's in a partial shade area. And in fact, it got shaded out by my red flowering currant, and it wasn't until I thinned out this plant that it was able to finally flourish and start to bloom. Now, the blooms haven't opened yet, of course, but it's not as thick, not as lush, and it's really straining to try and reach the sun. So this is a plant that needs to be in full sun, but you can really see what I mean by nodding onion. They don't perk up straight, they do this curve, and then they come down, and then the blooms face downward, and they are purpley pink and beautiful. But this is a wonderful plant to have in the garden. You can eat it, you can show it off, you can leave it alone, you can do whatever you want with it. But I say add it to your garden, because you never know, you might want a little snack while you're in the garden bed. I'm a big advocate for native plants, and especially for native plants that are edible. So if you want to add something that's not just good for your pollinators and beautiful in the garden, but something that you can add to your dinner plate, add some nodding onion. It is beautiful, evergreen, and you can harvest it all year round. Happy gardening, my friends.